Hey, good evening, crossover. My name is Ian Navsiger, and I am applying to as your digital media planner at $60,000 per year. This is the last part of my written evaluation, where I am told to make a 5 minute screencast, or basically a video, that tells you about an international ad campaign that I've ran that I am particularly proud of. Now, while I can't exactly say that I have ever run an international campaign, there is one other thing that, there was one thing that I did run previously that was technically international. Most of the campaigns that I've ran were actually on a national level here in the United States. If I would probably say that the biggest one I'm most proud of would be the O-Ball. The O-Ball was this strange little contraption that one of my mother's high school friends developed to treat plantar fasciitis, along with heel spurs and a variety of other foot problems. And what it basically was this oak ball attached by with some military grade hemp cord running through it. And the basic premise was that you took the cords in both of your hands, you put the ball underneath your foot, and then you rolled it back and forth. And over time, it was supposed to actually cure plantar fasciitis. I was brought on as the social media coordinator and strategist, but it kind of evolved into sort of an overall digital marketing role, where I was going with him to events, to record video and take pictures and all this other stuff, as well as make connections for the O-Ball. Now, one of the remarkable things about this particular campaign was that it was done entirely on social media with absolutely no paid advertising. This was zero budget, as well as a handy Boromir meme. But if we had zero budget to work with, so if we were dealing with an entirely organic campaign, we started off the campaign with nothing going on Twitter. I set it up for him, and we got active on Twitter when I took over. And then on Facebook, he had gotten about 600 followers at that point, mostly in Iowa, where the O-Ball is based. By the time I left, it was an 8-month contract. By the time I've left, we had swelled that number to over 200 followers, 200 new followers on Facebook as well as on Twitter. Mostly through organic means, sharing news articles, and other things that were related specifically to the running world. And as far as organic is concerned, I was actually very pleased by that, because, like I said, we had very little budget to actually work with, and it was, it was almost entirely through word of mouth. He had a website that I helped to optimize as well, and he had an Amazon page, and that was it. Word got through, specifically through word of mouth, up until the point that without our initiative at all, I didn't even think about this, but without our initiative, our product was featured on Good Mythical Morning as a weird Amazon product that Link and Red wanted to try out. And they couldn't quite figure it out, but it was very cool nonetheless, and we shared it all over the place, and we actually had a spike in sales immediately following the episode where they featured it. And we didn't pay them at all forfeit, obviously we couldn't afford to, but we didn't even think about going out and reaching towards a video market. And it rocked. It was absolutely rocking, and we took full advantage of it. While we could, we used what we could to afford a trip down to the Runners World Conference in Austin, Texas, and I was able to go there with him as their videographer, their social media guru. We were doing live posts on Twitter and all this other stuff, and we were getting tremendous engagement. It was so much fun. But unfortunately, it didn't quite pan out. Of recent changes in his personal life, as well as with Iowa State's law, had made it difficult for him to maintain business. So he had to close up shop for a while, and since then he has returned. Uh, I've been paying attention to Kip's social campaign. He's doing it all on his own now, and many of the practices that I employed as a strategist, he's doing as well. Not only is he sharing stuff from his own website, which has been completely revamped once again, by somebody I don't know specifically whom, but he's also sharing relevant articles and trying to get in touch with influencers, which I am very, very happy with. So I'm definitely proud of what that particular campaign accomplished for him, and I'm very proud of the amount of all the stuff that it taught me about digital marketing, because it was one of my very first clients, and I just got on my certification from the Social Media Academy, and if I was trying out a lot of new things, and it was it was kind of rocky. I was scared for myself, and I was worried for my client, for Kip. And I was like, I really want this to work out because he's a good guy. He's a great business leader, and this is a great idea. This needs to get out there. But for what we had to work with, it was splendid. I was very happy, and I would consider that particular campaign a success.